The movie selection in the cinema for the start of September didn't really excite me at all, so I thought I'd mix things up a bit for you guys and cover a movie that at least sounded like it could be a good idea. It says comedy, it says drama, it says Channing Tatum, and it says dog. Sounds like a solid recipe to me. So hopefully you guys will enjoy me talking about a movie that was released this year, but not this month. The people who subscribe to my Patreon benefit from having early access to 2 reviews for new movies per month. So that's what those guys were expecting, and hopefully they still feel I delivered on this. I feel this way because I still classify Dog as a new movie, as it's on the newly released page of my Amazon Prime. So, let's get down to business. What is this movie? Channing Tatum is an ex-army ranger who wants to get back in, but he's kind of a down-and-out guy who is struggling to convince the right people in the army that he's ticking all the right boxes on his medical records and is fit to return to duty. One army guy says, "Alrighty then, but I'll only put in my recommendation to have you rejoin if you take this dead soldier's dog to his funeral," as in the funeral of the soldier, not the dog. Dog's not dead. And so the adventure begins.
You do this, and you're back in the game.
She won't work with anyone. One minute she's good, the next minute she's sending 3 guys to the ER.
So y'all so scared of her? Smell it out big time.
I feel slightly misled by the tagline on the poster and the primary category tag on IMDb. It's tagged as a comedy, and the poster reads, "A filthy animal unfit for human company and a dog." But this is not your typical comedy. In fact, for the first 15 minutes, I was convinced that it wasn't a comedy at all. Look at this opening shot of Channing Tatum on the floor struggling to recover from what we later find out to be a brain trauma-induced seizure. Don't you feel like laughing right now? Jesus Christ. It's supposed to be a comedy. That's what it's advertised as a comedy. And so far it's about one man's broken dreams and he just asked the guy to shoot him in the head because he can't get in the army or whatever. Yeah, it's a good fun time so far. That's for sure. Here's where the complaints stop for the most part, because outside of feeling slightly misled, this movie was pretty good. What I enjoyed most is that this movie became just as much about the dog's recovery as it was about Channing Tatum's. And it took Channing Tatum to learn some perspective and to start bonding with the dog in order for him to realise that the dog has anxiety from combat and isn't just an aggressive animal to be constantly nuzzled and kept on a leash. She needs help to get through this just as much as he does. In a way, I actually wish the movie replaced some of the comedy scenes with some more meaningful interactions between the two, as it would have helped me care more at the end when she's about to be taken away from him. I was almost in the crying zone. I was starting to choke up a little bit, but I was just lacking that extra investment. I do wonder if having 2 directors was the reason we had this clash of tones, but I haven't looked into it enough to say for sure. Channing Tatum's acting was decent, his physical acting especially, for the comical way he falls over when tranquilised by a weed farmer, and the realistic way he reacts to the brain trauma in this bathroom scene. I have one slight criticism left. For the first leg of their trip, it felt like he was making way too many stops to have drinks and have fun, while leaving the dog in the car for a very long time. Oh my god, what is this guy doing? Get back to your job. You've got one job to do. Like, I get that part of his character is that he's kind of a washout, but he doesn't even seem to try and care that he's been given this opportunity, and that contradicts the attitude he has at the start of the film. It would have made more sense to me if this irresponsible behaviour happened around the midpoint of the movie, where maybe he starts getting tired of the travel and tired of the responsibility of looking after the dog, and then after a heavy all-nighter, he realises the error of his ways and returns to his mission. I don't know, it's not a massive problem for me. It was just more confusing. The second half of the movie is way better than the first, so I highly suggest sticking it out if you decide to watch this for yourself. It does feel weird to call this video a first impressions video, as that's typically the label I give to reviews for new movies in the cinema, where I don't have the opportunity to fully research my points. But just like my other reviews within this category, I wanted to give some quick opinions. And for now, it's not really a movie I care enough about to give a full analysis. So having said all that, I give this movie a 6 out of 10. For the second movie of September, I'm reviewing Smile, which looks like a hilarious bad time.
I'm just really scared that something bad is going to happen.
So stick around for that. The next video coming will most likely be Sausage Party, and I have prepared a great idea for that one, so get very excited. I mean it.